5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off.
Hey everybody, hey friends.
What's up? Gonna do a little thing here at the top called a puppy reveal. It's not our puppy. But do y'all want to see the dog that we're dog sitting?
You're gonna disturb him?
Just for the stream.
He's sleeping so nicely.
Hey everyone. I will pick him up here in a second. If you stay on for the whole chat, we'll do a puppy reveal at the end. He's I think that's a good incentive to get people to watch the show.
Kristen is very right. Doing this on a Saturday is so mega church.
So mega church.
On theme.
What's up, everyone? Who's in here? Hey, Andrew, Adam,
hey, Pugsley.
Moto, Virginia is back.
Hey, Virginia.
Elise, Kristen,
Andrew.
Look at all you beauties.
Kristens, you sweeties.
Thanks for being in here. This one wasn't really advertised, but we're going to do it anyway. Ruth Buzzy Ginsburg. Well,
hi.
First time here. We welcome seekers most especially. We encourage you to let the offering plate pass you by. It's not for you until you become a full-fledged
that is my favorite mega church thing. Like, please not give us your money. This plate that we're putting in your hand that's for putting money in.
Don't put money in that.
Please don't do that. I'm gonna take some suggestions if anyone has any suggestions for today's episode.
We've missed y'all. We've been traveling, we've been working, we've been
grieving,
crying
nonstop.
But it's not as acute as it was.
Our friends had an emergency and they were like, "Can you last minute dog sit our dog while we have to go out of town?" And we were like, "Yes, we sure can." And it has stopped the bleeding a little bit.
Puppy reveal at the end. Stick around for a very cute puppy reveal. He is asleep on my toes.
He's cute. He likes to be.
If this is your first time, or if it's not, hey, sub to the channel. Give us a little thumbs up. I think it helps the algorithm, and it will help us people find Mega. I found out that a Corgi Frenchie mix is called a Froggy. That's great.
To fix her dogs, and they have offspring. A Froggy.
I feel
I've
like
never heard of a Frenchie Corgi.
Let's do a thing where Hallie is one of Hallie's Frenchies and Corgis is pregnant, and you can't figure out why because they're all maybe it's immaculate conception.
Okay. And then it would be a Froggy if they had
new gym buddy, Ice Agent. Oh, that's great.
That never happened. You know how sometimes you hear about how somebody's vasectomy didn't work? Like we have a friend who got pregnant after a vasectomy.
We do?
Yeah, Trophy Wife.
Trophy Wife?
The woman who wrote Trophy Wife?
Oh.
It's a great dear personal friend. I can't remember.
She's a trophy wife. I truly thought you were just calling someone our friend who's a trophy wife. Do we have a friend who's a trophy wife? If we didn't, that would be
no from Chicago who wrote Trophy Wife. She married that older guy. He's like, I probably shouldn't be. Maybe this is personal, but you can get pregnant. You can still impregnate after a vasectomy sometimes, right? All I'm saying is, does that ever happen with dogs who are pigs?
Sometimes? Well, no. I think it would be funny. It would be funny if the female was spay and then gets pregnant.
So yeah, it isn't immaculate. Okay. Gray has really hit it off with the Ice Agent that stopped him that day, new gym buddy.
That's great.
That's good.
Okay, so Ice Agent, Hallie's dog gets pregnant mysteriously. We had talked about the hymns stuff, remember?
Oh yeah.
A weekend at Twin Hills where they sing old hymns. School's out, so it's church at lock in
season.
Okay, it's
lock in season. Great.
This is a good time to remind everyone to join Supercast.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best way to support the podcast. these are fun, and we do love YouTube, and we do love improvising for you. But if you really love the pod and you want to see it thrive, then Supercast is the way to do it. And there's a link right there in the show notes in the bio or whatever's under here. You can check it out. Free trial, 1 week.
Switching to Supercast has been really great. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been a blessing, y'all.
It really is. And now like I have a more direct relationship with people. We recorded a mini last night, and when is that coming out? We talk about it a lot
today.
on there. But there's a new mini coming out today. And in it we talk about how like a lot of the people on Supercast have been reaching out, and we've been emailing back and forth, and people have been so lovely, sending condolences and stuff. We recently lost our dog, and it has really helped. And I feel like I have a better direct relationship with people on Supercast. So mega.supercast.com.
Let's see. Vacation Bible School. Yeah, we can do something with that. It sounds like an STI.
Genuine question. Do they still do lock-ins with kids? Or is that like
yeah.
They do?
You think they've gotten rid of lock-ins?
Because isn't that dangerous?
You think you think churches are making proactive decisions about things that are dangerous?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's Vacation Bible School season. Yep. Very true. VBS does sound like
a black metal band started in Climax where all the songs are about Satan in a negative light. That's great. Did we do something with that? I feel like it sounds familiar.
Oh,
I can't remember.
metal band. Yeah, we had a.
That was such a funny idea.
But that's a good idea that all the songs are about Satan.
Yeah, in a negative Satan.
Okay.
Ice Agent's name. Did he have one? I don't think the Ice Agents had a name, but I can give him one if he didn't.
I don't think he did. Okay, that's great. Why it sounds familiar. Probably. Okay, Red. Great. Black metal band Satan. Okay.
I did an improv show the other night where I knocked on the door as a cop and came in and introduced myself as Lieutenant Dan something, and everybody really jumped all over Lieutenant Dan and just started doing Forrest Gump voices. Negative Satan. Oh yeah, I can't remember if Manzukis. Gray finds a burn book and decides to teach kids how to brush off insults. Oh, that's really funny. Just write burn book. I have an idea about that.
A burn book. That's great.
I think the burn book should just be filled with gray burns. They're all just burning gray the whole time.
All right.
These are pretty good.
That's good, right?
I think we're locked in.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Andrew. That's perfect. Okay. I said we roll on this mofo. Man, we have a jam-packed Saturday. Oh, thanks for that. Puppy reveal. A puppy reveal.
Now it's gotta happen.
A puppy reveal tip.
Oh, thanks, so sweet. Yeah,
not our puppy.
Yeah, Virginia, God bless.
If you're coming late, we have a puppy under our desk.
But it's because he loves to sit on Greg's feet. But it's because our friend had an emergency and was like, "Can you dog sit?" And we were like, "Oh, yes, we can." But we're
kind of looks like Sissy too.
But I know it is a little too close to looking like Sissy. But we have to return him today.
Methodist Church next to me has a high school, and their track club is called Feet of Fire. That sounds satanic, actually.
That does.
That does.
Feet of Fire.
Feet of Fire. That's a good name for the band. We'll call the band Feet of Fire.
Oh, yeah.
This puppy is a noodle brain, too. It's so funny because they're just like...
He is.
La, doy, doy.
It's a little doy, 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 doy. It's not going to win any brain awards. That's all we'll say about that.
He's a little goldfish, golden doodle noodle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puppy kisses do heal. Oh, okay. Feet of Fire. Okay.
Oh, this is a funny thing about this dog, though. He had 2 nights of diarrhea. Not that fun for us.
Not fun.
But he has this. He wants to poop up against a tree or a wall or a bush, almost like he pees.
He lifts his ass up in the air,
so high. And today, and so I kind of realized like once he starts, I slowly move him forward to get him on flat ground. But today he pooped right into a cactus in front of someone's house. And what am I supposed to do with that? I can't pick it up. So somebody has
How do
a lot
you
of poop on their front.
wait?
Cactus.
Andrew said your husky does that.
Yeah.
But it would to find the right. I know
What is
that
going on with
same
these dogs?
with this dog, but this dog lifts up his back legs, and then when he had the shits, he would just shit all down his body with wet shit,
And then we have to give him a bath.
and he has long hair, so then there's just all this shit hair all night long, every 2 hours. We didn't sleep for 2 straight nights.
So that means this improv is going to be great.
And then this little puppy started getting sprayed with the hose a lot, which he didn't like.
Okay. Everybody hearing us loud and clear, sound pretty good, all that jazz.
Hey, welcome to summer, everybody. After Memorial Day, isn't it officially summer? It's officially summer, right? It's
when is the official start of summer? After Memorial Day?
Andrew's dog pooped on the Christmas tree. He's like, oh, finally, now something indoors. Thank you. That's very thoughtful. Now I can take a shit inside like the rest of you civilized people.
We should add that into the Hallie. Into what dog got pregnant? One that poops on the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Okay. Got your back.
I got your back. I'm excited to play with you.
Oh yeah, Elise, we're coming to Maine.
Oh yeah. Wait, everyone, all my friends in the Midwest too are like, it's cold and gray. We're wearing our winter coats. We're miserable. It's been like so rainy. Man, I'm so sorry. That is a real drag.
Elise, are you near Portland? We're doing a show in Portland, August 7, 8, 9. And it's with Guster, the Guster on the Ocean Fest.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Mass.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing the hits and bits with Guster again. That will be fun. And we're doing a show at Newport Folk Festival this summer, July 25th, 6th.
Is the Guster on the Sea festival? Is it really on the sea? Like, is it on the water?
Yeah, it's on the sea.
In Maine?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be
so is Newport.
Dope. That's gonna be dope.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, great. Thanks for being here.
I forget who's in Maine. Somebody's in Maine.
Yeah, we
got Mainers in here. I forget. Somebody in the Discord.
Well, I'm sorry you still have the heat on and that it doesn't feel like summer yet. I think the official first day of summer is June 21st, right? But I like these days leading up to June 21st because they're the longest days of the year. Like right now, we're having the longest. I love when it stays lighter, because starting June 21st, it starts getting darker every day, right? Yeah. And then December.
I don't know about science.
I haven't had enough coffee to figure out the equinoxes right now, but here we go. Okay. Hiya, I'm Hallie Labont, and this is Mega, coming to you from Twin Hills Community Church, where every single week we're giving our mega church a tiny family feel. We love to introduce you to members of our church staff and people from our community, and I always find it to be a treat and a treasure. And per usual, I'm joined by my co-host. He's the youth pastor for our high school ministry called Climax. Please welcome Gray Haas.
Summer is here and Christ is loud and clear, Hallie. How are you?
I am so blessed. We have officially kicked off summertime. It's summer around amazing. Twin Hills, where we get to do all kinds of exciting summertime programming.
Yes. I mean, Vacation Bible School is totally lit. There are little Rugrats running all over the campus, some of them in places where they shouldn't be. But we're so excited, and it's just wonderful to be here. We're recording this episode, of course, live on YouTube, and that's with some of our favorite Twin Hillers, and those are people who support the show on Supercast, which is mega.supercast.com. It's the best way to show your love for the pod. So
And
check
you
that
get
out.
all that fun behind the scenes stuff.
That is right.
You get a behind the scenes episode every week that only our members get. And also you get extra blessings from God. I also just realized, Gray, that it's tick season since it's summertime.
It is tick season. Are you going to, and of course, for those who don't know, that's teens in Christian
Ticks.
service.
Yeah, you get a ticks kid.
Yeah.
A tick kid.
And Hallie, you had a tick kid from Poland last summer.
Yes.
Ted. And
he was my teen in Christ service.
And that's also well, I was wondering, I thought when you first said ticks, I thought maybe you were talking about Lyme disease and Lance.
Well,
but
that's true. My husband, Lance Labont, got bit by a tick, and now he's got alpha-gal and can only eat
catfish, I guess.
Yeah.
But what are you going to receive a teen this summer? An indentured teen?
I'm hoping to. I'd like to get a girl this year because last year Ted, my Polish tick kid, he was such a gregarious, lovely, delightful kid that he sort of drove all the gals in my book club nuts. I don't know if it's that they were like, I wish I had a kid like you or what, but one of the gals in my book club, I think you remember, she chased me down. She chased my car to the airport like she was a dog.
Right. And then she ended up having a baby later.
Yep, she had a surprise pregnancy. Her husband had already had a vasectomy, and she still had a surprise pregnancy.
Sometimes whatever they do down there, I don't really know, but I think they tie a knot as something, it can come loose.
Yep. You got to do a Boy Scout knot on those tubes, because if you just do like a regular ribbon tie, well, those pesky little sperm, they get through. Any hoodles. Yeah, I lost my tick kid. My friend chased me to the airport when I was taking Ted back when he went back to Poland. And then she had a surprise pregnancy after vasectomy, which actually, you know what, Gray, that has happened to me. I think one of my Frenchies and one of not to me.
You scared me to death, Hallie.
I don't think I could have another pregnancy. First, it would require my husband, Lance Labont, to get out of his recliner. And second of all, I've already been shredded down
Hallie,
there enough.
I know. We've definitely don't need to go into that. But yeah, actually, you were saying about your dogs?
I think one of my Frenchies and my Corgis is pregnant.
Oh, what? I thought you get them all spayed and neutered.
They're all fixed. I get them fixed. I get them fixed. They say you should wait till the boys have their balls for a full year.
Okay.
I don't want those swingers hanging around my house. And, it's immodest, frankly. So I always tell my vet, Dr. Crisp, I say, hey.
Dr. Crisp does your animals too.
He can do the animals.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, my newest pajamas has some, very nice nuggets down there. And I'm like, we got to get these off, but it's just a puppy. But one of my Frenchies and Corgis, I think, is about to have puppies. And
no.
She was fixed. She was spayed.
Really?
So I
sort of immaculate dog conception.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's not what we call it. Isn't that what Catholics call it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we
just call it a miracle.
Dogs work in mysterious ways, don't they?
Isn't that right? Yeah.
Well, what is do you think it's one of the Frenchies and one of the Corgis got together?
I mean, is that allowed?
I don't know. Seems sort of like an abomination.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how any of that stuff works, but I do know that a cross between a Frenchie and a Corgi is a Froggy.
Oh.
And that would be cute, a little short-legged, no-tailed, smiling little face. I think dogs are better than humans, because humans have a sin condition. And guess what? Dogs don't.
Well, I don't understand frog. Oh, Frenchie and Corgi is a froggy. I thought they would go
froggy.
Oh, or a co.
A what?
A coif.
A coeve. Is that what they are in Australia? Because you do it opposite there. A coeve.
Yeah,
I think Froggy's
I
cuter
don't
than
know.
coeve.
Yeah, I don't really know how to pronounce it. Anyway, going back to the going back to the ticks thing, Hallie. Uh, it's kind of interesting because I'm not sure if I've mentioned him before, but my friend,
Clay Mason Bannerman.
he wants to get a tick kid this summer to stay in, his back guest house, and I think he's trying to just get free babysitting out of it.
Oh, what?
And I was like, that's what they're for. And we did test out a tick kid or two. One was female. She was from Hungary, and I think her, her name, I think was. I can't. You know how they always have nicknames because we can't really say the name. Ted was like
Tedwash,
right.
like the Polish words are they put too many consonants in a row. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. And this one she just goes by So-So. And yeah, she's so hungry from Hungary.
Oh, and was she hungry a lot?
Oh, I mean, they all are because I mean, half the reason they come here is because they don't have a lot to eat in those countries.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
so she's back there just, making goulash and eating.
Oh, goulash is delicious.
Not the way they make it, weirdly.
What?
It's one of those things where it's kind of like pierogies, where here they taste great. If you go to Poland or a place like that, they taste like trash.
Why?
It's like Chinese food. I've had friends go do mission trips in China, and they said, "Oh, it's absolutely terrifying. It's filled with, pig noses and fish heads." You go here, Chinese food is good.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I've heard that in China, they don't even make like General Tso's orange chicken.
No, they don't.
And it's like, well, that's your most popular dish, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think maybe in Australia, they should call a Frenchie and a Corgi a coochie.
Hallie, I don't really want to get into the dog stuff again. Anyway, so yeah, we've got some free babysitting right now. There's a tick kid staying there in the back.
Oh, that's cool. Taking care of Popsicles.
Yeah, taking care of Popsicles
and Pellicules.
Yeah, and hanging out with you know who.
Oh,
but
Donovan Gio.
before we know it, she's probably going to be wearing Y fronts around. But it's a little bit of a strange thing because Clay doesn't want a teenager in the house. Of course, I don't because I work with him all the time. So she's staying in the back house and in the ADU. But it had, the ADU hasn't actually been finished yet. So it's more of a shed.
Oh, is the ADU where you're staying or where you're putting the kids?
No. I until I get my Condor, I stay in the house. I'm still working on closing my Condor.
Oh, are you having any luck finding a new place?
Yeah, I found a new place. It's great. It's got 3 bedrooms,
cool.
5 bathrooms, which I've been looking for. And we close in, I got to check, but I think we don't close for 180 days.
Oh, it's always such a
Yeah,
pain.
it's such a pain. So, we're doing that. And yeah, right now it's just a teen back there sleeping in the shed. I just said, look, this is your thing, Clay. I'm not dealing with that. I've got, several hundred teens at church that I already have to keep an eye on.
Isn't that the truth?
One thing, Hallie, that has come up, this weekend that I thought was interesting is they're doing an extra early service. This is a 6 a.m. service.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
for some of the more traditional members.
Yeah, it's and people wanted to do hymn sings.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that?
Well, I grew up in a church with hymns because honestly, it wasn't a church that was trying to be relevant and trying to like pull in more seekers and save people from hell and get them into heaven. Like the most important work possible on planet Earth, which is what Twin Hills is dedicated to doing. I grew up in one of those traditional churches. There was a piano on that side of the stage. There was an organ on that side of the stage. There were some pipes, behind the baptismal. We had a baptismal that was up there that never moved.
American flag, Christian flag.
American flag, a Christian flag, the whole nine. A smaller wooden pulpit over here, a bigger wooden pulpit over here. This one was more for announcements or the youth pastor.
Mhm.
Sorry. This one was for the head pastor, the
Yeah.
lead pastor. Well, back then we just called it the pastor.
Right.
But or senior pastor. But now, because we're making it sound cooler, we call it a lead pastor.
Yeah.
And because now we
or a
have all
teaching
these
pastor, youth
teaching
pastor, yeah.
pastors, and we even have like a female pastor who kind of does some of the cute events when we
Yeah,
have
we don't
like
let her do
kids on
much.
stage and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Oh, a cute pastor. That'd be a fun name for it. But yeah, I had so many hymns in my upbringing because I don't know if you know this, Hallie, but I, as a teenager, was in a Christian men's a cappella group called Into Him.
Into Him?
And we would tour all over Australia and sing traditional hymns, mostly in old folks' homes or in funeral homes a lot of times.
That's a cool ministry.
But,
Those people need it.
The Australian hymns, I would agree with you. I don't like the American style hymn.
I don't like American hymns. I think they're boring
They're
and they're
boring.
not relevant.
The Australian hymns are way better. They're more catchy and interesting. So that's the type of hymns. We would sing all Australian hymns.
Oh, I want to hear some, because honestly, I think American hymns, they're always like in minor keys and stuff. They don't feel celebratory. They don't feel exciting. They don't feel like a Coldplay song where there's a build of tension,
Yeah.
building, and then release, 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 release. That's what you're going to get from a Hill song, from a contemporary Christian music. That's what I like. Something that you can really raise your hands to and give God the glory. You know what I mean? What does an Australian hymn sound like?
Oh, I'd be happy to do one for you, Hallie. Let's see. An Australian hymn, it's just a little hookier, a little catchier. One of the ones we used to sing is Christ and Jesus, Anointed on High. It goes sort of like, let me see if I can remember.
Oh, I'm
Christ and Jesus, come on high. We are walking side by side to up the mountain go, for God is all around us. Here He goes. You bless us, Lord, with all your blessings. Pray to you. We are undressing each of those things that you would declare us to be on the wood of your boat, the boat that sails us home. This is the Lord's commandment. It is all around us. God and Jesus is the thing that blesses us in to the place that we shall go. Heaven up and earth below. 7 days of perfect creation are yours. God, Jesus, bless us with your grace. It's these things that we promise never to erase or waste. They're just the blessings God gives us. God the Father, God the King, Lord of all, to Him we sing.
Awesome.
It's God, 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 God.
That is awesome.
And Jesus Christ.
Specifically. Was that the
How did
next
you know
verse?
that, Hallie?
Is it? Did I get it right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I was just improvising. That must have been the Spirit giving it to me, because I've never been to Australia.
So yeah, that was just an example of an Australian hymn.
Wow. Has anyone ever told you might have perfect pitch?
I do. Yeah, actually I do.
Do people tell you that a lot?
I have perfect pitch. I also have perfect, what they call color pitch.
Is that right? What's perfect color pitch?
I can look at a color and I can know if it's the right color. Does that make sense?
Oh, that does make sense. That's cool.
Like if I see a blue that's slightly off, I'll be able to know it exactly, like instantaneously.
What color is this right here?
What, this keychain?
Yeah.
Which part? The red cross or the white lamb?
Wow, you got it perfect. What color?
No, I'm not saying that I'm not saying I'm colorblind. I'm just saying I just know if the color is right or wrong. Like
Oh.
that red is slightly sharp.
Oh, or flat? Like, can a color be flat?
Oh yeah, color can be flat.
And that doesn't mean like eggshell versus it's like flat. Like if somebody were to sing something flat.
Exactly.
Well, I think
so. Yeah, that's anyway. That's just like what we used to sing with Into Him.
That's cool. And you know what? I think Australia, I'm just glad that the gospel made it there. I don't know how far behind America they are in terms of, being a Christian nation. Is it a Christian nation, Australia?
Absolutely, sort of. I mean, I guess I would say that the rim is pretty Christian. The interior, not very Christian. But, we have a lot of great Christians coming out of Australia, but a lot of them leave, Hallie, because, they want to get away from the sin that is within. That's what we say, the sin within the borders of the country.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. Well, just real quick, Gray, I hope this isn't too personal a question, but would you be willing to sing it again? Because as you mentioned at the beginning of this episode, we are live on YouTube, and John here in the chat has requested that you sing it again.
Sing what again?
He was so moved by it. That hymn. What was that hymn called? That Australian hymn you just shared?
Christ our Father, Lord our King. I can't remember which one I sang, but I think it was like, Christ our Father, Lord our King, we do march upon the ground that you did bless it with your blessings. Now, Lord God, you are the one who gives us all the grace, and we sit around your face that is shining like the sun. It's Lord, Lord God, Jesus Christ the Lord. He's the one who gives us these things that we want to bring to the altar of the King and burn, burn, burn. I think it was that one, Hallie. It's always a little bit disconcerting when I'm talking or singing and you just get up and walk away. But since I'm okay, where did you go, Hallie?
I'm so sorry. I had to refill my hot tea.
Oh, okay. And that mug, actually, the blue mug.
Is that the right blue?
Yeah. Well, actually, that blue is a little bit flat.
Oh, really? I was going to say it was sharp.
No, flat.
Okay. Wow. And what about this green here?
That's actually not even green.
That's not green.
No.
Oh. That's interesting.
Well, Hallie, what's been going on in your life? I feel like we've been talking a lot about what's going on with me, other than your dog pregnancy, which I don't think anyone really needs to hear about.
Oh, well, I've had to be constantly at home being like, my son Day, has been blasting this black metal stuff from his room that he said he got at Climax. And he said, Mom, it's Christian. It's all about Satan and like down with Satan and stuff.
Yeah, he's probably talking about the Feet of Fire band that some of the Climax teens started. Now, I don't even really know what black metal is. I did, I looked it up on GPT, and it just spit out a bunch of stuff I didn't really have time to read. But I just said, guys, you can play whatever kind of music you want as long as it's positive and Christ affirming. And so they said they said it's all about, putting down the devil, putting down Satan, saying no to sin. And so I said, I don't care what it sounds like, play away. Then I heard what it sounds like, and I was like, well, it can't sound like that. It sounded it sounded insane, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Feet of Fire.
Feet of Fire, yeah.
Well, quick question. Is black metal in Australia, is it white metal?
Yeah, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that neat?
Yeah. And it sounds good.
Oh, instead of all like dissonant and this is what it sounds like to me.
White metal in Australia sounds kind of like Todd Rundgren.
Who's Todd Rundgren?
You know who Todd Rundgren is?
Who's Todd Rundgren?
Do you know who Philip Marx is?
Who's Philip Marx? Oh, is that like Karl Marx?
No, Allie. Anyway.
Oh, because I think Karl Marx is bad for some reason. I'm not sure. Who's Todd Rundgren?
It doesn't matter. It's somebody that my dad used to listen to.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about him. But
is it a Christian contemporary artist?
No, Hallie.
Oh, then I don't want to know.
Okay. You know, something that's been coming up around the campus a lot is the ice trucks, and I wanted to let everyone know that there are no longer ice trucks in the parking lot, or de-ice trucks. I'm sorry, there are ice trucks, but there's no more ice in the parking lot, so everyone can get to and from church safely. And there is some amazing development on the ice truck front, which is my friend. Did that let you know that I've been hanging out with one of the guys from the ice team?
I've been seeing you out there in the parking lot, out near C and F.
Yeah.
And
really great guy.
He's a handsome guy.
He's a cool guy. It's my friend Lieutenant Phil Bilbo, and he and turns out he loves CrossFit. So I've brought him over to the box. We've done some workouts together, and actually on Memorial Day we did a Murph together. We Murphed together, Hallie.
What's a Murph?
Oh, you don't know what a Murph is?
A Murph?
Oh,
Murph? MIRF? MERF?
Yeah.
Murph?
MURPH, actually.
Okay, MURPH.
And I don't really know what it's all for. It's some soldier thing. Maybe that got killed. But we do the workout. It's a 10-mile run, 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 pull-ups.
1,000.
Yeah, and you do that all 3 times for time, and it's so fun. And I mean, kind of the fun part is saying, not if you're gonna throw up, but when.
Throw up?
Oh yeah,
I hate throwing up. Ugh.
You do?
Vomiting? No, I don't do it. I won't.
Well, not in a workout scenario, Hallie. It's actually kind of cool and fun.
It is?
Yeah. Well, when you're doing a Murph, you're gonna throw up.
But I thought throwing up was bad for you.
No. Well, and when it comes to this type of workout, it actually can be really helpful in slimming.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
But you don't want to get that stomach acid on your teeth. It'll eat them away.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, well, we did a Murph. We both finished in record time. It was awesome. And then we all go, over to non-proteinies or something, and we just totally load up on carbs. It's so fun.
At Don Proteinies, there aren't any carbs. It's Don Proteinies. Everything is protein.
Unfortunately, Hallie, well, what I'm saying is we load up on carbs, but there's no, you know what I mean? Is like, it looks like carbs. You think you're eating carbs.
Oh, I know. I constantly go to Don Proteinies, and I ordered the fettuccine Alfredo, and I just sit there, and it is gorgeous white pasta in a gorgeous white saucy sauce, and I put gorgeous white Parmesan on it, and then I put some white salt on it. I'm like 4 layers of deep white at this point, and white's my favorite kind of food. And I sit there and I almost want to lower each noodle into my mouth like I'm in The Lady and the Tramp.
I know,
or
it's
something.
so good. And the noodles are made of bone marrow.
Protein. Yeah, everything there is protein. They have a Caesar salad with a crisp romaine, and they said even the crisp romaine is protein.
Yeah.
They say the croutons are protein. I mean, it's Don Proteinies, and everything is protein. It's awesome. The creme brulee is protein.
Oh, I love the creme
Pure
brulee.
protein.
It's also bone marrow. It's also bone marrow with I think they put a gelatin glaze on top that they then fire to give you that little crack at the top.
And what's gelatin? Because I think it's so good. And one of my daughters said to me that gelatin is made from horse hooves.
Oh, which daughter?
Oh, my daughter who wants to be a veterinarian, the one who wears point shoes and tutus all the time, which I'm very thankful for. It's on the top of my gratitude prayer list, is that I have a feminine daughter.
Oh, that's
because,
good.
Fitter is still just, her hair keeps getting shorter and shorter. And I'm like, hun, how is anyone going to know you're a girl?
I saw Fitted the other day, and it's like a bowl cut that keeps ascending up her head.
Yeah, it's a tinier and tinier bowl. It's like now it's a bowl that you can only put 2 olives in. It used to at least be a cereal bowl, But now I'm like, babe, and she's got these clippers. She is using my clippers that I use on my Frenchies and my corgis.
Really?
Because sometimes I have to give my Frenchies and my corgis a sanitary trim. Do you know what that is?
No.
Well, sometimes, my dogs, as you know, they're my true, loves of my life. After Jesus, after Jesus, after Jesus.
Yeah.
But
I think you only had to say that once. But
a sanitary trim is basically around, well, I'm sorry to use this word, but to pardon my French, but around their genitals.
What are we talking?
Their genitals.
This seems like an unsanitary conversation for a podcast.
Those genitals, they sometimes they need a little TLC. Those dog genitals, I got to go in there with like some soft rounded point scissors, clean it up. It's a sanitary trim. You got to express their I'm so sorry to pardon my French, but their anal glands.
Why?
They have to get expressed. Sometimes there will be some little leftover little berries in their fur, so to speak. And I've got one of it's not Pancake. It's not this version of Pancake who does it, but boy, I'm not sure if it's English muffin or if it's grapefruit, but I've got one of my Frenchies and corgis who from the beginning gets into a full handstand, behind legs straight up in the air. Handstand. It would, speaking of CrossFit, I'm sure in CrossFit, the Pancake would be doing a perfect handstand, and that's the way that Pancake likes to pee.
What? We don't do that at CrossFit.
But the problem is,
I mean, that has happened before, but completely by accident.
But the problem is my dog Grapefruit now is pooping in a full handstand.
What?
So I'm like, babe, I'm like, Grapefruit, if you're going to poop in a handstand, you got to shoot it backwards. You got to really use those, those sphincter muscles to send it flying, because otherwise it's going to be running down your body. If there's any amount of, liquid to the dookie, I'm going to be cleaning up that dog with a hose for the next half hour. I don't have time for that.
Understand sometimes how we get on this type of subject.
Well, I covet your prayers, and I ask you to put it on the top of your prayer list that I don't have to keep.
I guess I'm just wondering specifically what I would be praying for in that scenario, Hallie.
That I don't have to do as many sanitary cleanings of my dogs who like to evacuate their bowels via full handstand.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to go to the top of my prayer list, but is that what happened to your Christmas tree?
That is what happened to my Christmas tree. And you know what? It was a real tree. And I think, because I believe in real Christmas trees.
And you keep a Christmas tree up year round.
Oh, I have a real Christmas tree on the front porch. I have one on the back porch. I have one in the living room. I have one in the family room. I have one in the basement den. I've got 5 Christmas trees.
And you decorate them for different seasons.
Yeah, and they all have different themes. So anyway, Pancake and Grapefruit both did a wet dookie on my family room tree. And then, the cleanup between having this many daughters, the drain is always caked with hair in the bathroom. And then if I'm not cleaning out the kids' bathrooms, I'm cleaning up after the dogs. But honestly, it's easier to clean up after dogs than it is kids, because frankly, the dogs are nicer. Any hoodles. I thank God every day. I've been trying to do, I do my prayer list with requests, that I lay at God's feet, at Jesus' feet in the throne room floor. And then I've got my gratitudes that I give to God, where I rise and I shine and I give God the glory. And, my land, every single day, you know what the very first thing is?
What's that?
That I'm gratitude for, in my gratitude, that I give gratitude for.
What is it, Hallie?
Well, take a guess. Well, after Jesus. First thing I thank him for every day is Jesus, of course.
That one of your daughters looks like a girl?
No, my dogs.
Oh.
No, but I do like the feminine daughter a lot. And I trying to retrace my steps of what I did to get her to be so feminine. Maybe it's that I had her in the ballet early on. maybe it's that I had her in the gymnastics,
Yeah.
But even, I don't know, even those sports are, men come into those sports too. It's very odd. Men will get into gymnastics, men will get into ballet.
Well, I mean, didn't you say that? I don't think men should ever get into ballet, even though they do, lift ladies a lot. I don't know how a lady is going to lift a lady like a man can lift a lady in ballet. But
that's
maybe
true.
it's because wasn't Federer also playing rugby?
Yeah, Fitter's been playing rugby, having a great time, there are girls in her league. They're big
I wouldn't call them girls,
and
right?
and they're strong. They're
Yeah.
big and they're strong, and they do full tackle, and they're out there with nothing but a mouth guard.
Yeah,
This rugby.
I know.
I'm like,
And they lift people up in rugby too, don't they?
and Fitter also mentioned wanting to get into jiu-jitsu.
What?
And I said, absolutely not. You're not going to be rolling around on a mat with a man's body
no.
entwined. It's gross enough that two men want to be a pretzel in each other's body on
Well,
a mat.
I used to do a bit of jiu-jitsu, but
Oh, is that right?
yeah,
Is it
I
okay?
I think MMA is so sick, and you have to know the basics of jiu-jitsu if you're going to do any kind of MMA stuff. And it just was weird because I kept dislocating people's collarbones.
Is that
Yeah.
right? Oh, the clavicle comes out so easily.
Oh, it's just it's ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Oh, my son Day has broken his clavicle twice on one side, 3 times on the other, all from skateboarding.
Yeah.
I'm like, can we just put in a metal clavicle at this point, Dr. Crisp? But any hoodles,
he can do that too.
He can do it all. And if he can't, then Dick Epps sure will. Now, I do have a quick question, Gray, and forgive me if this is too personal a question, but I don't think we've ever talked about this. Speaking of jiu-jitsu, is wrestling, the regular high school wrestling that boys do as a sport, do you think that's okay? Because I walk through the gym sometimes and I say, oh, I am not even trying to look at that. There will be a guy on all fours and then other guy behind him, like on all fours. That's just like the starting position. And I say, excuse me?
I can't even
It looks like the way what dogs do to each other.
Well,
and that's what happened to one of my Frenchies and Corgis, who now I think is going to have puppies. But I'm like, why are those boys mounting up on each other like that? Then they're reaching around, trying to push each other down, trying to get their shoulders down. But like they're grabbing all over each other in wrestling. I mean, your hand could, graze a gentle.
I just don't understand why you keep bringing everything back to that word today, Hallie. But no, I mean, I'm totally fine.
Okay?
I think it's fine. Definitely, it's fine.
Really?
It's all about, I think it's context is everything. And what I would, what I encourage my teens who want to get into wrestling, I just say, hey guys, I do remember one issue where, there was a fellow who was having those sort of like attractions, and every time he would wrestle someone,
Attractions?
yeah, same sex attractions.
Oh, it grieves the heart of God.
I know. And every time he would wrestle, he would try to do a little kiss behind the ear he'd try to do a little kiss behind the ear when they were
the other guy.
Yeah, so they would be wrestling, and the person would feel a little, and I said that is an indicator of no go. Don't wrestle that guy, and in fact, report him to the coach.
Is he trying to do a head game?
No, it would just be a little. And, I don't know if it's a head game, but there's nothing more unnerving when you're fighting for your life and then you feel it right behind your ear.
Yeah, I've never felt that in my life.
Oh, really?
No one has ever kissed me like that. Never. I've never been kissed anywhere other than right on the mouth is the only place where a kiss belongs between two married people.
Oh,
who are man and woman.
We got it.
You want to go out on that?
Yeah, that's great.
That wasn't funny enough. Where's my...
Where the masseuse kisses the guy in the butt.
Wait, there was an Arrested. How did I miss that? In Arrested Development?
Yeah, I can't remember. But is that in the later seasons?
Oh, in the new. I don't think I ever finished when it came back. But
AD, yeah. Yeah, I can't. I do remember that bit, but I don't remember the context.
That's pretty great.
Thanks everybody for joining us on a live stream. That was an episode.
Are we going to put that one in the feed?
What do y'all think? I think there were some good bits. Thanks for those suggestions. Those were great. A couple of announcements before we do puppy reveal.
That's right, Elise. Good.
If you're just joining us, check out Supercast. It's the best way to listen and support mega.supercast.com. You can do a free trial over there, get the behind the scenes podcast, get the mini series, and we're going to be putting out this year some other little mini series in the feed. So those are going to come in the Supercast form. Yeah, we need to build in what was the ice agent's name? Phil Bilbo.
Lieutenant Phil Bilbo?
Lieutenant Phil Bilbo.
Or was it Jim? What was
I think it was Phil Bilbo. I have to give myself those soundy things to remember names. Okay, should we do puppy reveal?
Definitely.
Come here, big boy. Come here, big boy.
Hey, sweet baby. Come here, little bones.
Come here.
Come here, little bones. Come here, little bones. Get up here, sweet baby.
All right, here's puppy reveal.
Sweet baby.
Where are you going? Yeah. This
is Little Bones. Come here, Little Bones. Look at
his name is Ziggy, and he's.
Can you look? Yeah, look at this sweet little baby. Oh, he's being such a good boy.
This is the puppy that stands on his head to poop.
Why do you do that? You need to be on all fours. 4 on the floor for the doo-doo time. BB.
So this is the Zig Man. Thanks y'all for joining us on the live stream. That was a real delight. We can't wait to. Oh, there's a great episode coming out today. Hannah Pilkus. Tomorrow, Saturday today. And thanks for joining us for the live stream. So I'll be
the Hannah Pilkus episode. Please, there's something about. I think I get like there's a word for it where when you like the way certain words feel or something. I can't remember, but the way I could just get high on the way she says tortoises and turtles. She's an animal handler. Well, I've got boars, I've got bucks, I've got turtles, and I've got tortoises. She's really fun. We first started playing with her, with Hannah at Telluride in February, and we were like, "You have to come on." And I really love that episode. Also, I am excited about the mini that we are putting out today.
Yep.
Although I'm self-conscious because Greg made me put one of my poems in because we always try to end with a poem. And
original Holly poem.
Alert. Thanks for being here. And I meant to tell you, thank you for your guest suggestions. We're working on those. And we've got, you told me to write gray ham. What was that about?
I don't remember.
Last night you were like, write gray ham on the whiteboard.
Oh my God. Don't remember.
Well, we'll come up with something involving gray and ham. Come here. I want to put you in my arms. I want to love you. I want to love you all the time.
All right, y'all.
Look at this big baby.
Thanks for joining us. Love you. And if you also want to find out when we're doing the next live stream, we try to keep the schedule up to date on Discord. So head on over to the Discord and check it out. Link is in the show notes. Bye.